Yo, what's up? It's the Knivesmen, and we're back again. I am One Knife Paul, and with me, as usual, we have my good man, Mr. Riley. Riley, how are we doing, buddy?
Pretty good. Hot as hell.
Living the dream in the humidity down in SC, or what?
Yeah, the old gentleman would like to tell you this flower is wilting.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's actually cool compared to the last few days, so it's not real bad.
Had a brief taste of that the other week there with 106 in near Chicago, and I wasn't happy. But anyways, guys, we're here, we're back. We're gonna talk some buck, and obviously a little bit more because lots of stuff's going on. You know, if you didn't catch it, we released a giveaway video a few moments ago. It should be up on the YouTube channel, and it's up on IBEDC and the Spyderco unofficial Spyderco group page. So if you want to check that out after the show or whatever, that would be awesome. We have people already hopping in. We got Mark Kidd, and we got I think that's Drew hopping in again. So yeah, they Kid's already saying he's got a cigar and some bourbon in the Knivesmen. It's officially a good Sunday. Mark, thank you so much for joining us all the time, man. We enjoy having some real awesome people chiming in. We will kick things off. We'll do our pocket dump real quick. Of course, I'll start with the Mudmaster that hasn't left my wrist for, 2 months. It's going to get boring because I'm going to show that every damn week. And I've got the Kershaw Bare Knuckle in the pocket. I've had that for the last week as well, rocking it in the truck. And holy crap, this thing is awesome. It's 20 CV with the black aluminum version. The little, subframe lock thing, whatever. It works really well. It's on the KVT bearings. Awesome knife. Nice and light, slim. Riley, what are you carrying today, my dude?
On the wrist, I have...
Oh, yes.
This guy.
Nice solar radio controlled titanium Citizen.
Yes, I don't know the model number. Paul knows better than I.
Yeah, that's the crazy model number.
The Artform Slim Foot and 154 CM automatic.
Oh, yeah.
Nice gold.
Nice. It's like a little... It's like sheep's foot, but like a little tiny cleaver, which is fun.
Yeah.
I like that.
I usually carry this for my out this Sunday or Saturday, whichever. So, carrying that, and I don't know. I have my Don't Worry Stone. Even though I never open bottles, I still carry it just for the hell of it. So,
oh yeah. That one's pretty fun.
It's just bead on it.
There, it gives you something to put a bead on finally, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's in green micarta and natural micarta, little water. So it's cool. They're interchangeable. Yeah, you can get like brass and titanium, the inlay or the border. So.
And if you're so inclined, people could be making their own.
Exactly.
Which is nice.
Yeah, I have some here available. I might try one day. Who knows? But that and Travax wallet as always. I'm not gonna reach for it. That's pretty much. That's pretty much it. I think my pin's inside. So, I guess I've been seeing. I was just talking to you about it. And I don't know what I did with it. It's in here somewhere, but I have also my Hogue Deca on me. That is right here. Hogue Deca and Magna Cut.
Oh, yeah.
Been carrying it for about, honestly, like almost 2 weeks. And figured it was going to kind of turn into a bug out, like I hate this thing kind of deal. But I think it's the difference in the blade shape and the difference in the blade geometry and profile. It makes the knife so much better. And I just feel like it's just got a better feel in hand, like it's more balanced. But really turning out to be a decent blade. It doesn't really, it could use a little bit of a stropping, but I'll get around to it. I mean, it's a good blade so far, though. We'll see.
Yeah.
I'll see if the Magna Cut axe. It'll be my first time messing with Magna Cut, getting it sharp again. So we'll see how easy that is, and should be fine.
Maybe I'll be able to do that sometime soon too. We'll see.
Yeah.
CBSA would stop sleeping, right?
Yeah. Disassemble your knives, kids.
Yeah,
anyway.
that's right. Lessons learned.
Yeah.
Anyways, today I made mention we are talking buck. Some of the fun in and outs and new stuff, and relaying a little bit of stuff Riley heard from Blade and from reps and whatever. So I feel that they've obviously come quite a way. I don't want to so much say it's a comeback, but they've started adapting to a more EDC friendly style where they've adopted pocket clips over the last little while. They've adopted different locking mechanisms because apparently everybody has issues with a back lock, which is silly. But improving on old stuff, making it new. Colors and materials. They're steel now. They're using a ton of S45VN, which is cool. Again, being Boss heat treated, all of their steels are Boss heat treated. It's awesome.
Which is the thing that hasn't changed about their process and what they do, really.
Again, it's a constant that works.
And they have been listening to their customers, and that's why a lot of these changes are being implemented. And you remember we had discussed it. They told me, if you have an issue, email them, go to them, make sure that they hear your recommendation or your complaint so that they can take it into account. Don't just give them a bad review somewhere or whatever, just go to them first. Maybe it's something that they can work on.
I had the fit and finish issues that I sent them photos of, right?
Yeah.
I figure I'm not going to give them bad reviews anywhere. I'm going to let them know something was up.
Yeah.
Or hey, you want a new colorway in something.
Yeah.
Doesn't hurt to message them, right?
Exactly.
If more people do it, more people listen. Any company, not just Buck, but crap.
But they're like they want to hear from us. I was told specifically they want to hear from us. So
Buck is starting to care. Like Buck is caring about the customer.
Yeah. He was very passionate about it. He said, we want to hear from people, good or bad, regardless. He said, we want to hear from people. We want to hear their recommendations, things that we're changing that they like. He said, people need to know that we've got a Cerakote machine, that we can do a lot more things now. And, he's like, just talk to us. I think they're just wanting to get back to the customer like they used to be, They used to be really tight with their customer base,
Yep.
So,
well, if any hope, they might check out this episode because we've got some good and bad with what we're going to talk about and, show a couple of knives off and whatever.
Yeah.
So right off the bat, I want to start with one that caught me the other year before it came out. And I was like, I loved the look of it. It's not super flashy and it is far overpriced for what was delivered, is the Buck Onset, right? This is a real great EDC knife for my size, for my hand. Everything about it just clicks. S45VN, which is great. Their grind was very, very high on this blade. It's hard to show in here, but it's very high on both sides. That's a common complaint people have with it. It is on bearings. It doesn't mean it's like the best, which is fine, right? I don't need it to be drop shut all the time. I can still one hand close. It is a steel frame lock instead of going with titanium, which is a weird choice, especially for the price range that the Onset is in. Not a deep carry clip, but it still rides really nice, and it's not a huge, too huge of a clip like with the big anvil cutout on it like the Legacy had, right? Nice standoffs, black G10, no liner on the G10 side, which is nice, so it works. But I had a little bit of gripes with the price because of how what you're kind of getting out of it, that high grind, which is a little bit funky. Even though I love it, it works really well, and I've played it with it and fixed it myself. And it was the steel frame lock, which is just kind of funny, right? Why not titanium? Why charge that price for when you can now get China knives that have that for $150? So That was my first one that I really wanted to show people because I mean, the onset is a great knife. You know, it's fun little flipper. You know, it's just a great all around EDC knife, in my opinion.
Yeah, and it's not a traditional buck. So.
Yeah, that's it. Buck went out of their comfort, and they started to do that with a couple of the other, well, at least one of the others on the show. They went out of their comfort zone, which is, again, not a bad snap at this. So maybe they did want to put steel to save some cash because they didn't know how it was going to catch on. I don't know how well this is done. I don't see a lot in the EDC photos around, but it is an excellent work knife. Like, I really enjoy it for the tasks, right? So that was one I wanted to start off the show with that, you know, really at a Bucks ballpark. You know what? They went out of the comfort zone with that one.
Yeah.
And I think they did great.
Yeah.
But, you know, there's issues.
Yeah. I mean, I only have one, but because I'm always completely unprepared for things. You should probably show your other one first before.
Okay, so yeah, because everybody's got a show. So we were talking pre-show on this one, and we feel it's obviously we can show a marksman because you can still get this stuff. Okay, this was the run from quite a while ago with 154 cm. You know, Tonto. It's got the hawk lock, which is a unique locking style for these knives. But they release one pretty much once a year through the Buck of the Month Club. And Riley has a nice updated version of this. So this one had the aluminum handles with the cutouts. There was another option as well that was not so beautiful on the handle. Like it was a little bit more subdued. And there also was a clip point version, stuff like that. I mean, satin and whatever. This has got a black wash, but
they had the gray G10, they had the orange G10, but those were like, you know,
limited runs of a limited run knife, essentially, right? Like it didn't last very long, which was unfortunate because it's quite the knife that people really enjoy now.
Pretty much, the Marksman is the McRib of knives.
Oh, that's it. And
because you can get it every other summer, it's just in a different flavor.
That's it, and it's delicious every time.
It's this is the new version of the Marksman, the limited. That was the Buck of the Month for what, next month, right?
It's for June.
Is it for June?
Yep.
Thought it was for July, but anyway, yeah. They sold out really quick. Not really quick, but I looked back in an hour or so and they were gone.
Pretty quick.
I'm glad I did grab one. The updated steel as always, and see, this one's still new. It's still a little bouncy, and I'm still tuning the strap lock. That's what originally made me gravitate to this knife because I've always, anything that was Grant and Gavin Hawk, I wanted to try. I even bought a CRKT. What was the name of that piece of crap?
Yeah.
There was a big beefy, just crazy one, but and it's because it had like an Axis style lock, but it was a hydraulic piston.
Right.
I don't remember the name of it, but it was just, they're constantly, you know, trying to innovate things. And this lock is, I don't know. I hadn't seen a lot of locks that I think are stronger than it. Because it fits down flush, not even flush. I mean, a little bit proud, you know, so it's gonna, I just don't see how you're gonna get this strap to break loose, you know?
Yeah, it seems very, very improbable that this is gonna slip because of the way that the cutout on the back of that blade sits when it clicks into there. This seems, and it's just a little bit taller than the actual strap there. So it really does seem like one of those just crazy locks that it would be interesting to see Cold Steel Andrew Demko go nuts on one of these.
I mean, I would like to see an actual test to see. Honestly, I mean, depending, I really think that the blade would snap first. I think the blade would snap somewhere in here. You know what I mean? or either right behind that.
Yeah, right where the pivot. I think right where the pivot or this hole comes in would probably be your weakest point, and that's where it would end up giving, right? But it's not going to do it in everyday use. That's the other thing people have to understand too. A lock doesn't need to have a car on top of it because you're not going to use a knife when a car's on top of it. Just any lock works. Stop it.
Anytime you grab a knife, you're usually you have your hand here, so you're applying more pressure to the strap lock every time you grab hold of them.
Well, that too, right? That's the mechanism of that one that helps keep it close.
The harder you grip it, the harder it's gonna. I mean, the harder you try to use it, the harder the lockup is gonna be.
That's
so,
right.
But yeah, I've always loved the design. S45DN on this one with the. I don't really think it's. I don't know if that's. Looks more like a beige Cerakote.
Yeah, they said it was like. I don't remember. It looks like a tan Cerakote.
Yeah, it's
essentially.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean it's cool, and the G10 makes it a lot lighter. I honestly think that they should make these a little more shallow, a little less pronounced. I don't think that depth is necessary. But then again,
because I mean the depth on these, you can see it on camera, like it's crazy, right? Crazy grip.
Yeah, they have a lot of grip. I mean, a lot of it for me, it almost feels like it, and it's not necessarily a hot spot, but it feels like where the pocket clip rises up. Yikes. Okay. Sorry about that. It's like whenever you grab hold of it, that just gives you extra grip because it's right in the center of your hand. And
I find it hits right in a line, like it sits in a line in my hand, right?
And I feel like I've kind of, gotten used to the style of the Marksman anyway, because it's something, I've had a few times before. So. But yeah, I mean, $1 better deal there.
Yeah.
You can get one.
Well, I mean, as I was saying, it seems like they do a yearly release of the Marksman. I think they had a white G10 and black blade for last May for Star Wars or whatever, and I think it was D2 or whatever. So it seems like they are doing limited runs once a year. You just kind of got to be in the right place, right time, or have somebody in the right place at the right time to be able to nab you one. And if you are living out of the States, ship you one somehow. So it's not impossible to get. It just, you got to wait, bide your time, and be in the right place at the right time.
Yeah. And I mean, and that's funny because, I mean, honestly, I don't ever see them like anywhere going up for like people trying to sell them.
Yeah, I never see it anymore.
When people buy them, yet they don't sell them, and that kind of says a lot about it because people are like, "Oh, buy a Spyderco," and like, dude, I have never in my life seen a more sold knife or tried to sell knife online than Spyderco. You can't tell me they're that great because everybody's trying to sell one, so they can't be that great. But you really don't see these come up for sale. As soon as people get them, they usually don't let them go.
It's been a lot of years.
Yeah, if they do, they give it away to somebody in the family or something. They're not going to sell it. So, but
it's not worth losing something as awesome as what these actually really are. Right, very unique.
Yeah, and they make. I mean, honestly, I think they make great camping knives. I've actually used them to camp. Not really to camp, but to do outdoor, like cooking on the job and shit, like in rural places way back. I used to use the other Marksman for that.
Yeah.
Comes in very handy.
This was Riley's old Marksman, by the way. That's how I got one, because you can't buy these, and they're very hard to come by, and they're not shipping the buck of the month to Canada anymore, which is unfortunate. At least this version, because of whatever, right? But
that one's cooked many of backwood meals. So
yeah. It's hard to beat them, man. It's a really nice knife, unique knife. Even the profile on like this Tonto, like the actual little cutouts and stuff at the top on the blade, and it sets it apart from every other one, right? That cutout's really cool.
The lake, you just take it and dunk it in the lake, shake it off a little bit, and throw it, it's usually pretty good to go.
That's it, right? It was well used. I gave it a little clean down and oiled her up, and my gosh, like brand new, man. They're little tanks, these Marksmen, man. They're like little tanks. They're not super thick blade stock. You're not getting super thick blade stock out of them, as compared to like your handle, right? So it's not like you're going to be prying and stuff. Don't do that with knives, anyways. But I mean, it still can hold up.
Yeah, the one that you have a hollow. Well, this is a hollow grind, I guess.
Well, yeah, you got the dual grind. You got the hollow grind on your flat there, and then at your Tonto tip, you've got the flat grind essentially.
It would be cool to see them do a marksman with a full flat grind.
What's that one? Hollow?
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. Slicey as F.
Yeah.
And yes, there's another comment. Should have got one of them when they last dropped. And yeah, man, they sold out within an hour. I refreshed the page and I said, Riley, look. But every year, man, it's like clockwork. They'll come back. I know it.
I mean, and it may be a more affordable version, but they're going to go back and forth. They're not going to. I mean, hopefully they pay attention to how quickly that happened and they realize that they can, do something in it's the better material.
The model is desirable.
Yeah.
I think. And so, like we said at the beginning, I think we should be emailing Buck. Everybody that thinks the marksman is awesome, be like, hey, you know what? I think it's cool you guys are doing that Buck of the Month. I saw One Knife Paul and Riley with some great marksmen on the Knivesmen. You should watch that episode. Send them a link to the show, but then also say, I want the marksman back in production. It would be awesome. Just say it. I mean,
I think it should be back in full production.
It's popular as hell.
Yeah.
Within the community, it's a really sought after knife.
Yeah, I mean, I think it has the potential to be like the 110. Just something that's iconic. People look back on and they're like, "Wow, that was the days."
That's when Buck took a chance, went with G&G, went with the Hawk Bros, and made something that really is a great user knife and huge for collectors.
Which on a side note, that was one of the only automatics that I looked at Blade Show was Grant and Gavin Hawk, and wow. Their stuff's insane. Absolutely gorgeous. But way above
your limit.
Yeah. They start around $1,800.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's some money.
They're absolutely gorgeous, out the front knives, but man, talk about starting at like 1,700-1,800. It's like yikes.
I thought Benchmade was expensive with a $400 one. Here I am playing with a Cobra Tech $99, and it works just as good. Don't let anybody tell you Cobra Tech's garbage. Even their bad ones are pretty fun. They're solid little knives, I'm telling you. I played with them down in Illinois, man. Fun little knives.
For some reason, I've never been into them. I've never even.
No, I'm not big on OTFs too. The novelty wore off right away after I did it 18 times, and I was like, I'm never going to use that for anything because I never want to put it back dirty because then I'd have to take this apart and worry about everything in there, and I don't want to do that. Yeah. But anyways, we're going off here. We're going here. So we mentioned the 110, and I showed this as my carry for the last time. This is the 110 Sport. So this one is fully disassemblable. Has your pivot screw. Has the micarta. This is the technically like a green. It's really faded and really nice feeling. Micarta, which is screwed on, which means I can make my own scales if I want. He said he's tried a few Microtechs as well, and they're gimmicky. And it's like, yes, OTFs become, it's more of a check out a cool knife I have for a photo, right? Versus, really wanting to use it day to day. If you do, good on you. But it wouldn't be my flavor, right? Out the side, sure. Yeah. But not so much OTF. It's maybe it's like a stigma to them, Yeah. But I mean, anyway, so the Buck Sport got a nice deep carry clip that's nice and thin, not like the crazy anvil one that was on the Legacy. Again, it's just a solid back lock. I changed the thumb studs on this because they were enormous and they kind of got in the way when you sharpen them. But S30V, hollow grind, like the old 110s, just an absolute beauty. These are aluminum too, so it is pretty darn light. It's definitely a step in the right direction. Like when they did the 2021 Legacy with carbon fiber and S45 VN, they put the pocket clip on, they reduced the weight with aluminum framework and made the Buck 110 EDC-able, which is huge. I mean, that's my biggest gripe with carrying an old Buck is because I don't have the pocket clip. I just, It's not my. I don't want to just drop it in my pocket. That's not where I trust my knife ever, really. No. But this is the sport, and it's a really decent, update for them, But yes, I have one more on the table too, that I'll show super quick, and it's a little guy, which is totally out of left field for Buck, is coming up with the Budgie. And this is just the natural G10 version, and nice and smooth on the G10 side. Little stainless steel frame lock, under $100, and S35 VN with the little hollow grind, which is hyper slicey for just a little tiny knife. Here's kind of a bigger anvil clip. Yay. But yeah, I mean, this thing, once you get it dialed in, flicks right out. And I mean, just nice small work. Choke up. It's got the hole there for you to go. I really enjoy the knife. Like, I think it's a great little knife. One of my favorite little knives, for sure. That was another foray that they were just like, let's make a little EDC knife for people that like small knives. And they really did a good job, It's exciting to see when they try these things, where it's going to go next,
Yeah. Yeah, I'm kind of anxious to see, like, what kind of new designs they come out with. I mean, mainly at Blade Show, it's a lot to do about, the new automatics they had. The display.
Yeah, they covered that. I've seen Knife News and whatever. I was like, it's pretty cool, right? I mean, the only Buck automatic I had played with prior was an Auto 110 that weighed 8 pounds, and you'd press the shield, and it fired out like a son of a bitch.
Yeah.
And to close it though, it was still the backlock, which was kind of awesome. So you press the shield on the side and bam, it's out. But then you press the button again, it doesn't do anything. You have to backlock it closed.
Yeah.
And that was really neat. They had the 112 and 110 of that. I think they were S30, if not their standard 420 HC, but those were cool. But their new autos, definitely, they're experimenting now. They're starting to grow, and people need to kind of support that, right? A company that's been around for that damn long.
That's the thing, though. In reality, I mean, if they want to stay relevant, they have to, try to innovate. At least get. Not saying that but they need to go a little. I don't know. I don't know exactly what it is. I mean, but that's why I don't own business like that. I don't know.
But again, they've been doing it. They've been going outside their comfort zone. Yeah. I mean, we showed the Marksman. I showed the onset and the Budgie. I mean, you can't go wrong. Like, I mean, the onset's just you wouldn't think this is a Buck.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're coming out with new versions of the Sprint, which, I mean, I think
the Sprint also awesome.
Yeah, that's and I enjoy those. They're good little knives.
Sorry, I'll cut you off for 1 sec. The first one I saw was in Illinois, and it had the burlap micarta scales, and the bearing flipper on that was so awesome.
Yeah,
and you just you disengage it. Oh my god, the Sprint was so nice, and they have a lot of iterations of it now. So yeah, continue. Sorry, burlap.
Well, I don't know if they released them yet, but I know they had them at Blade Show, so they've got some new variants of that coming out. I think some in S45 being
Oh, that's awesome, because I think they were S30, but little upgrade, man.
Yeah,
I really like that. Buck adopted S45 VN as quick as they did. Almost there was an EDC. They're like, oh, but we're gonna need a new steel. It's just a little step above the rest of the stuff. Let's just go. Let's do it. And they do a great job with it, as you've said. Like, you can tell them about that legacy, man.
Yeah, and they were one of the few people that apparently. I mean, I don't think they're probably going to use Magna Cut.
I don't think they have to. I don't think they have to go steel crazy.
Yeah.
Right? They provide a good working model.
Yeah.
Only those certain people, like, I like to do it at times where I try different steels and it's fun. They don't have to. Maybe they'll get some crewware or something that's pretty, it's fairly similar to what Magna Cut is. You never know. I don't,
Yeah, you never can.
I don't know if they did.
Yeah.
They had a big fixed blade. I don't think it was that, though.
And I mean, that's the whole thing. Like, regardless of whatever steel they get, it's going to have the heat treat going to be consistent.
That's
So
right.
Paul Boss he's going to nail it every single time. He's going to make sure it's right. So,
And he has, like, the mileage you get out of a 420 HC from Buck versus, anything else is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's the thing. I mean, that's one thing that they have over everybody else. The heat treat's going to be consistent.
That's right.
Because it's like having Chad Nichols over your Damascus. You know it's going to be right. You're not going to be able to get it any better than what he's doing because he's pretty much the fucking guy. I mean, nobody does it like him. And nobody does heat treat like fucking Paul Boss. So I mean, you get a good heat treat regardless. So I mean, even like on the Budgie, I'm sure damn heat treat. You know.
Yeah, every buck he's got his hand on, right? And it's Paul Boss S35VN, man. Got your little Boss flame on it, which is it's the nice thing to see,
I mean that legacy. I wish I would have brought it out here just to show the edge on it because man, I put 3 miles of cardboard with that thing. I was actually just trying to dull it. And it still can't take.
Which should mean that marksman in your hand should take a little while to show anywhere as well, hopefully.
I mean, but the thing is with the marksman, I started cutting with it, and I can tell like it's one of those knives you've almost got it's almost got a rough factory edge. Like you're gonna have to kind of slice through some things, and then it's gonna get better and better, and then it's what I'm saying, and then it'll peak out. But
right.
Yeah, I should strop it up or something just to.
I usually do that straight out of the box now, man. With like the bare knuckle, I just got it, and I was like, yeah, okay, I just played with it on the strap for a couple minutes, and I'm like, my God.
To me, I mean, it's a little bit rough, but it's a working edge. So,
right.
I mean, and as far as I can tell, the bevel looks fine, but I mean, usually on knives like that, if I'm, I try to go around 20. Around that degree of bevel anyway. Again,
I think 7. Buck was having some growing pains over the last couple of years as well with staff coming and going.
Yeah.
So having to retrain, relearn. There's been some QC stuff, right? And I've brought it up to them myself, when I've noticed it. So that's what Buck feeds off of, and they want to know this, right? So. They're a company that's going to listen to you.
Yeah. I mean, and yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I mean, honestly, about the marksman, I don't really think you can expect these to be exactly like you want them out of the box.
No.
Because these, it takes a minute or so to get the strap locked out in and, get it exactly where it's comfortable for you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, you don't want it to be, there's just ways where, I mean, you get it to a point and you're not even going to be able to get the blade in,
Well, that's right, yeah.
And pretty much as soon as you can get it in there, that's where mine's locked. So, but mine's not super smooth yet. I haven't used it enough to get it really smooth yet.
Well, that's it. This thing's seen some miles, so it's easy for me to just sit here and flick and pinch it closed, right? So yeah, it requires a little bit of breaking in, I mean, what can you do? The thing is, for that price of that knife, okay, sure, it takes a little bit of breaking in. But when you pay that $500 or $600 or $800 for like these customs or really high-end knives, and they need breaking in, then you're like, come on, man, what am I paying this money for? So you kind of gotta be like, yeah, don't mind, I gotta break it in.
These were $150.
Yeah. I mean, $150, man. It's got to get broken in. Big deal, right? It's a sick knife.
The steel you're getting it's worth the price. I mean, easily.
It's the thing is, for $150, the steel, the design, the colors on that one, like, damn, right? It's not that standard flat desert earth brown and OD green. They went with like a desert tan almost, which is kind of awesome. Mix it up. Be the next new color wave, right? Why not?
Yeah, mix up different colors. Yeah, mix up something.
Yeah.
That's the
And
thing.
they did, right? They changed it to that lighter tan, and I like that. That's sand almost.
Yeah.
You know. But yeah, so you don't have any other bucks sitting around, do you?
No, I have the Legacy in the house, and I have 110 somewhere. I mean, my Indigo.
Oh yeah, I got like 2 or 3 110s up there somewhere, and they're all over the damn place anyway.
Yeah.
But you wanted to maybe mention, since we kind of covered buck, buck good. Everybody, we like bucks. 2 thumbs up. You wanted to mention maybe that new.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't know if anybody, if people have heard about it yet, but there's a new. I mean, I don't know if it's a side project or if it's going to be a full-fledged company yet. I mean, to me, it seems like they're gearing up to start, coming out with designs. But they're called Superlative.
Superlative, but it's spelled funny. You're saying?
Yeah, so it's not spelled properly. But they have it's Garcia, Jared Oatser, and Enrique Pena.
Yeah.
So it's the design. You can tell it's a good bit of Enrique Pena and a little bit of Jared Oatser collaboration. It's reminiscent. I mean, they're cool little knives. I think it's called the I'm not sure if it's called the Cannibal. I'm not 100% sure on that.
That's kind of a sick name.
But they only had, I don't think, whatever it is, that's not spelled properly either. So apparently they're not big on spelling things properly. It's just like words.
Sorry, I was speaking of Cannibal. I had to bust out my Silence of the Lambs action figure here in my Hannibal Lecter civilian. I got the harpy in the box back there, but yeah. Sorry, you said Cannibal. I got the idea.
Yeah. But they don't spell it properly either, if that's the word that they use. But it's very reminiscent of the Pena X series, with trapper style knives. More of a reverse tonto, black micarta, black bolsters. Not really super expensive. I think it's around the $260, maybe $270 range, which is M390. Pretty positive it's produced by Rayot, which is who Enrique Pena uses for all of his X series knives.
Right.
Great production.
I mean, they got their hand in a lot of companies now.
Yeah.
Rayot really puts out a lot of different company stuff, which is that's what they do, man.
Yeah, I mean they just they give people a good deal and they put out a super high quality product and they follow instructions, so
right.
Or request, I guess. But yeah, but might be something interesting coming from them because I mean just those two guys together, it seems like it's going to be kind of. And I mean, I don't know who Garcia is, so I mean, this is just on things that I've
that's the cash money. Maybe I haven't heard of him either, right?
But it might be, or he might be the influencer for the next one. You know what I mean? So they might be.
Well, that's it. So Pena took the first one, and then the next guy might take the next one that's heavily influenced by him. So they're making their models accessible to people, essentially, right? We haven't heard of them, but I mean, so it might not just be money; it could be the next design, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It makes sense.
I like to, kind of just any new company. I mean, and not necessarily like that's a new company. It's just it seems like a new venture for people that have been doing. I mean, not that Enrique Pena does the same thing over and over. I mean, he's got a lot of different designs, and so does the other guy. I mean, they do a lot of things, and they both do really super nice high-end customs. But yeah, I mean, it's cool to see two designers just saying, okay, well, let's get together and see what we can come up with together instead of doing what we've been doing. It's just neat to see.
That's it, right? You're getting when two heads collide, like your boys in Giant Mouse and stuff, right?
Yeah, exactly. Jesper Von.
And they got a third one in there that doesn't, he puts up the money. So it could be the same way, but his name's not mentioned so much. But
but still,
right?
and in reality met, Jim and Jesper at Blade Show. Both of them really nice people. Really good guys. I mean, and I get, why they do what they do. It's something that he can do on the side that's away from like his customs. And it's a smart idea. Because it gets a lot more, just different designs, at least slightly out of his own regular comfort zone. Because Giant Mouse just came out with a Nazca, and I don't know if you've even seen that yet or not, but their first crossbar lock knife. And I played with
another Axis lock style, which is great, right?
Yeah, I played with Blade Show. That thing is, man, they nailed that lock. I mean, it's really, really smooth. Really cool knife, a little bit different than what they've been doing, yeah, I mean, I still kind of tempted on getting it. I mean, I've got so many knives now. I'm gonna have to do something. I'm gonna have to.
Do you have 70?
No, 70? No, I probably got closer to 100 right now.
Oh, well, go to hell.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here down here. My upstairs is looking real slack right now, man. I hit a wall and I'm liquidating so much of my stuff, and I don't know where to go. I don't know what to do next.
I'm honestly like borderline hoarder potential. I've got so much stuff I don't even know where to begin. Like I don't even know. Yeah, I don't know. I'm the kind of person I'll get overwhelmed and I'll start giving shit away. So
I do the same thing, and again, the way I've moved some of my stuff, it was like I had given it away for the price I sold them for. Yeah. Like honestly, I just want it gone.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
I don't know what it is. Like it's not like I hated it, but I sold it for such a discount. It hurt me, but I'm like, I'd rather somebody use this.
Yeah, I'm thinking like 10 bundle deals. Like you buy 10 knives, and I'll give you a great deal on all of them.
Well, that's right. Oh yeah, I love throwing deals on bundles because I'm like, I'll drop it by $50 sometimes, depending on what you're getting, and they're happy, and I'm moving at least a couple bucks into my account, and I'm moving some stuff that somebody's going to enjoy.
And the worst part is I've still got 2 knives on pre-order. One more that I've got to put on pre-order.
Oh no.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I already told you about that, and that's the Arcane Designs Raytheon. That's that front flipper.
Well, yeah, that's something you got hyped for with Blade Show, right? Yeah. And he's really stepping the game up for you, and that's good, right? You found your next level. Yeah.
As soon as I touched that knife, I was like, nah, it's fucking sold. I was like, as soon as this goes down, like I'm all over it. Super nice knife. And that's the only one that I've actually tried that I'm getting, because the other one is the Winter Blade Factor, and the other one is I can't even remember the damn guy's name now. Make the LHC, something like that. Travis Berger.
Yeah, right.
Trevor Berger.
Hamburger. Yeah,
I gotcha. I wanted one of those that Urban EDC is doing a collaboration with them. I went ahead and got in on the pre-order for one of those.
Yeah.
But again, none of those are coming until next year sometime, I think. So we'll see.
Yeah.
So there'll be a bunch of knives in between then, but I'm gonna have to figure something out about downsizing something, just because I don't have enough room for all this shit.
I almost feel like I shouldn't be on the Knivesmen anymore. I'm just a disappointment. Like I'm liquidating my stuff, and I bought like a goddamn Kershaw, and I'm like, ooh, Kershaw is a good knife. I feel like I'm just a disgrace, man. My opinion doesn't matter for shit. It does. My opinion matters the most, by the way. You guys can fuck right off. No, all it was is, you know what? I'm rotating stock again, and I have to find something that really speaks to me, because the knife world was getting a little bit stagnant for me, and that's all it was. And I'm not ready to start spending $500 on a knife. I do like that comfort zone where maybe 300 or 400 is my maximum.
And just so people know, that Arcane Designs Raytheon, there's a lot more to this drop than people understand if you haven't looked at it. Because the knives actually started $175.
Oh shit!
With S35 VN and G10. Yeah. So
he actually has the tiers, which is really nice.
Yeah. Yeah,
You know?
it goes from I think 175 or 195 to like 375, I think, or 350.
So then there are, I guess, like maybe the 350, etc. Like they're production knives now.
Yeah, he's going to get them produced by Best Tech this time.
Okay, going through Best Tech, because Best Tech's another one of those damn companies that makes a ton of companies knives,
Yeah,
right? Even though they make their own, but they'll make other people's stuff. Okay,
and
then what you'll have to do is convince him to go with Riot next time.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I can't speak for Israel, but I think the main reason that I would say the main reason that he used Best Tech is because Riot is so busy right now.
Yeah, he probably has a huge lead time of a couple of years if he wanted to, right?
Yeah, and I think it's the fact that he can get it faster through them.
Also, because Best Tech is kind of, it might be a little less money too, right?
Yeah.
Honestly, a little bit quicker, a little less money.
And they don't have nearly as much on their table, so they're more available to a production run that has 4 to 6 different versions. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. Yeah, it makes it a little bit more obtainable at a reasonable time frame.
And that's the thing about Israel. If he got it for cheaper, and I'm pretty sure he probably did because it shows in the product prices.
That's right. Again, which means he's not going to gouge people on it either.
I don't think he. I mean, I would venture to say he probably makes less than a lot of designers. I would say
again, still trying to make that name, still trying to get out there and really make his name, right?
The designs are really, really, really cool, and really, I mean, to me, I just think they're really nice. I mean, they feel
new, like a breath of fresh air into the community, right?
And they're sharp and angular, and they're symmetrical, and they're an OCD person, a person that
robot
knife. I mean, like put 2 of his knives together, and it's just they're crazy. And but yeah, I mean, I'm a fan. So. But yeah, but again, I mean, mainly I just wanted to let people know that he does have a lot of different tiers. So if you go to arcanedesigns.com and look around, and I'm not affiliated with Arcane. I don't, like I said, I don't want to speak for Israel or anything like that. But if you want to go check it out, definitely check it out because it's a cool and different knife, and I'm sure there's going to be a lot more coming about it because it goes on pre-sale June 30th, I think.
Right.
And as soon as they start popping up online, I mean, those are going to be another one that I don't think you're going to see many of them per se. Secondary, if you do, they're probably going to jack up a little bit.
Yeah.
And that's the thing about pre-order knives. Either you take a chance on it and, you win or lose, or you end up buying it on secondary and you still got that opportunity to lose. Because
we're not even done this episode, and we got people already posted up on IVEDC in it to win it. We got hashtag P. We rolling strong. We got the boys working hard, and you know what? That's good stuff. We got requests already. We got 11 member requests already coming in. Oh, buddy, this is it right here. I put the little ticker on, so I'm sorry for interrupting. I was very excited about that, but again, what other makers are you thinking that similar to him that could make a splash and reignite some like old heads to get excited again?
I mean, okay. I mean, there's people out there that it doesn't seem like anybody's fit to make anything extravagant out there. Everybody's kind of on their same line. Like Ostap Hill, he's doing, like he has the large pipe coming out, which I'll post a video of it in IGTV. It's just a better version of that very small, and it is a liner lock. It's not a double 10. So it is a better knife. I like the blade shape. Not really super big on Wii knives. But
yeah,
they're
some
kind
people really are. I'm the same as you though. I'm very Wii knives.
Yeah, I mean, and they had that one, the one that came out from Snex. I'm sure people are going to go nuts over. I don't know how it's going to go over. I think it's going to be able to go into Canada very easily. just because of the style of it. It's more or less like whenever you pull the lock back from it, it's just.
I think it'll be like getting Benchmades and etc. Their dealers have like a way of importing bigger quantities, so it could come in. Honestly, as long as it's not an actual automatic by definition, they have ways of getting it.
I mean, honestly, and everybody knows that I'm close with some of the people with Rayon. The Jack 3 is going to be like the best of that series, in my opinion. I mean, and I don't know if I've shown you the video. I can put that video up as well in my video. That one, when it comes out, is going to be pretty badass. It's right around 500, which is, I think it's cheaper than the previous version. But it's just a way cooler knife. Just one of the glassiest, smoothest knives I've ever like hand. And they do have the big freight Terminator coming out. That thing's just
the Terminator.
Yeah,
get down.
Yeah, and I'll start posting videos of it. So like, I have like 100 pictures of the show of all sorts of things.
You're breaking up a bit. Is it windy on your end?
A little bit.
Are you getting any wind? Yeah, you're coming in a little bit quiet.
Yeah.
I missed a little bit of that.
Yeah.
There you
just
go.
saying that I have a bunch of stuff that I never posted about the late show. I need to post some of the videos of the prototypes.
Well, yeah, because I mean, if you post them 6 months later, nobody's going to give a crap. They were supposed to be the week after, you lazy bug.
That's the thing. The prototypes for the Jack 3, they're those aren't going to be out until December. So
okay, yeah, obviously we can't post prototypes if the maker asked us not to post them. So don't expect that, everybody. But
well,
you might see Riley hugging Sal Glesser or something, which would be crazy.
Yeah. But yeah, I only have a couple of prototypes that I can't show, but I will put some things up on IBEDC. I'm sure people are interested to see it.
I hope so, man. I'd like to see him too, man. I know you've showed me a couple of Confidence, which were pretty damn cool, but it'd be nice to see some of the stuff that's coming down the pike, and it truly is like a prototype. Like, oh man, this is gonna come, and it's awesome.
Yeah. But other than that, from Rail, I really don't see anything like. I don't know. I mean, I like the new stuff that's coming out from Giant Mouse, but they're going with smaller blades. I mean, and most people know about this. I don't know if they do. Well, they should be able to know about it because, I mean, if you follow Giant Mouse at all, you know about the Nibbler, which is more or less a mini Dibley. Pretty small little knife. You know, they're going to be in like N690. Just a little working steel, nice little box cutter, more or less, package opener. You know, just one of those you keep in your fifth pocket kind of thing. And I know they also.
Sorry, I'm gonna have to learn how to acid etch characters onto it so I can put Nibbler from Futurama on it for you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I definitely. Yeah, I love Nibbler, but and they also have a new version of the Iona coming out. It's a little larger than the.
Wait, hold on. Is the Nibbler from Ace?
Yeah.
So on the back, I could try to acid etch Bender saying, "Bite my shiny metal Ace."
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm stupid, guys. I'm sorry. We're down to one viewer because of my stupidity. Sorry, everybody. I'm sorry.
That's probably just Mark going to take a crap.
Mark was done. He's like, I'm done with my cigar. These guys are idiots.
But
now we're just rambling.
I know that I'm interested to see what Hogue does with their electric series. But I would just like to see more from Hogue other than, you know, like the Deca. And they have one or two automatics that are slightly, that are kind of interesting. But I don't know. It's just like they've been riding the Deca wave for a long time.
Yeah.
It is a good
they're going to ride what got them popular, right? So the Deca's really step them up into more of a common ground. Even though I liked their exact copy of the Benchmade Ritter, the Hogue Ritter looks pretty cool. I was just having fun, everybody. I know you guys are there, my friends. We're rambling like idiots today. It's just what we do. Yeah. Have fun, you know. But yeah, it would be interesting to see them come up with a new design. Yeah. Something that would hopefully catch on and then cement them as not like a one-trick pony.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I mean, and that's the thing. Again, they were more into, you know, guns and gun accessories mainly.
Well, that's it.
But again, like if they can get their popularity up, I'm sure they'll fit more and deeper into knives.
Well, that's it. I mean, it's not like they don't have capital to back some fun, you know, just a crazy design. They just got to get a design, something that can click like the Deca did.
Yeah,
you know.
I don't know if you've ever seen it, and I don't even know why I'm going off the side start with it. But I saw something the other day, and I was like, "What the hell?" Because I had never seen it. It was a mirror polished Kershaw. And it's called the Whip. You ever seen this damn thing?
No, I have not.
You got to look it up. It's ridiculous. Not right now, but you got to look it up. It's completely ridiculous. It's like a manual out the front, but it goes in and out whenever you pull it out of the sheath.
Oh, neat.
Yeah, it's like
the sheath activates the mechanism.
Yeah, pull it out and it's cheek. It's like,
is it so? Is the whole thing like mirror polished too?
The whole blade was the one I saw.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's kind of cool, right? You don't see that as much anymore.
Yeah, I just randomly saw it on I was like, what's this? Like, I've never heard of this type, and I started researching. It was like, I think it was maybe, it might be 10 years old or something. It's
okay, yeah, no,
but it's still. I was like, wow, that's really cool. It's almost like the first time you'd see a roll on. You know, it's just one of those things. It's like, that's a weird ass mechanism. So, which, yeah, I was just real surprised by it. I don't know. I just wanted to make sure I told you that, and I'll forget if I don't tell you. So
that's all right. We're a talk show, man. We're here to just shoot the shit. Random stuff comes to mind at times, and everybody else is forced to hear it. So, what can you do, right?
Sorry about all the noise. I got people riding up and down the street in a damn go-kart for some reason.
So, kids chiming in. He says Kershaw had one like that called the Ripcord.
Ripcord, yeah, that's what I meant.
That's what it was. Okay, Mark, man, good memory on you. There you go. That's what it was.
Ripstop?
Isn't that cool?
What did I say? The Ripstop? What the fuck did I say?
Well, they had the Rip Snort, which was something else. You just said it was a mirror something or other. You didn't say a name, did you? If you did, it's because of the noise, the wind.
But anyway, yes, CRKT did the Rip Snort.
Oh, that was CRK. Yeah, right. Yeah, I hated that name because it's a snort. It feels like, you know what? That's what they call farmer snots when they get a little rip snort on it. Farmer snot, man, just blast. That's a rip snort. That's what that sounds like to me. I always hated that name for it. But then, they're also guilty. I believe it was CRKT that made the knife that looked like a piece of feces. It had the texture brown, and it had textures on the scale, and it literally looked like poop. It was a poop. I don't remember the model of that one. Ken might remember that one too, but that one's not too old. But it's kind of one of those hilarious ones that I almost wish I got one of, because I'm not gonna find it now. And I'm like, look at my shit knife.
Boker's coming out with the merman.
That's just offensive. There's a reason. There's a reason that this beautiful lady has her own protected case to live in. There's a reason, because there's none other like her. The $1 million knife. Mwah. Like, is that not the best use of this case ever? I mean, a $600 M4 Sherman tank knife came in this. Yeah, but you know what lives in here now? $30 Boker Magnum. Yeah, son. Rainbow.
I have 2 of those things. I don't use them for anything.
I think I had no plan on it either, but then I was like, I think Abby even said it to me. They're like, you should put the mermaid in it, and I was like, oh, the brain on that kid. Check out that big brain on Brad. I couldn't not, right? That just make my day.
I might take it and put all my expensive beads and.
Ooh, you know what? No, you know what you could do. I know you were speaking that maybe Luna's might be moving on. You could put a couple of really nice ones that you want to keep in there. You actually could put 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Put them at an angle and a line. It would kind of be neat, especially if you're not using them, but kind of really like them.
Yeah.
Just saying. Or one of those knives that is very sentimental that you would never sell. And you don't want to use it too much because, again, it's kind of sentimental, even though, you might use it, but you put that in there, right?
It just came out with another Damascus version of the freaking Luna in copper and bronze, I think.
Oh, Jesus.
They're still coming out with more versions of that damn thing. And it's like the same
Yeah,
Damascus.
but I mean, that's what companies do. They ride the successes, man.
Same Damascus that's on the M4 Sherman. Not from M4 Sherman tanks, but the same
the pattern.
Yeah.
The tank tread essential pattern or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, so the ripple pattern. So
wow.
Yeah. But I saw them, I was like, oh, those are so nice. Like, what the fuck? I'm not like.
So it has bronze and copper mixed with like I've
been asking for that since they freaking first introduced the Luna.
That's pretty intense.
I mean,
Luna's a hell of a knife. That's a huge upgrade.
Yeah, I emailed them freaking 5, 6, 7 years ago about that shit.
It wasn't popular yet. Suddenly Q-tie or whatever the hell they call it is popular. Everybody needs copper in their damn blades now for no reason. So it'll look nice. I mean, it won't add anything to the use, but
it's not. I mean, not that I would ever be able to get one, and I didn't even try to get one. But
okay, there, pre-order McGee. You got 8 of them on pre-order, don't you?
Is I don't even know if you can find pictures of it online. It's the Saturn from Fox Knives. It's the Saturn dagger blade with a Q-my in it, and it's a stand my with a copper line through it. And this is like a dagger blade that rolls out the side with that finger safe mechanism.
Right.
Like the wrist lock or whatever. Yeah, that thing is crazy looking, but it's only like
it's a small boy. Yeah. They're probably not asking a small price for it though.
Yeah, I don't even know how much that one was. I played at Blade Show like just a regular Saturn. I mean, it's a neat little knife, but it feels really small in hand. So if for some reason, and most, I mean, people in Canada out when they try to break the rules and get a dagger style knife into Canada.
Daggers are legal here.
Are they?
Yes. Yep. It's apparently a myth that it was illegal because I bought something here and I was like, oh, it's a dagger, and they're like, as long as it's not a push dagger that has the handle and that type of one, those are illegal because of the style. But an actual dagger is okay.
I like things that teach people lessons. I like for those things to be legal. Things like butterfly knives and stuff, and somebody chopped their finger off, they learn that.
That's why they make it illegal, so we don't have to flood our medical system with a bunch of morons chopping their index fingers off. The people that are good at it, and it's awesome, but it's going to have me that's going to be like, oh, I'm going to try one of these, boys, and here I am. I got no finger coming down the show next week.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, one of the only times I've ever cut myself with is my Rayot Exo. Just playing around with it, and next thing you know, it slices my finger. I don't even remember. I think it might have been thumb. I'm not even sure.
Hey, you poked it with that crazy shink, that one that kind of opens like a stapler and falls out. You had blood stains on that, you said.
Yeah. That's
that.
I think it was my thumb I sliced open. But
that one's pretty awesome though.
You just reminded me of the other one that I cut myself on, which was that stupid minimalist cleat from PRKT.
And that you threw in a damn lake.
Yeah.
I do the same thing. You just rage out and you're like, you piece of crap, and you launch it, man. You take it out on the thing that hurt you.
My selling folk minimalists from Blade Show the other day that were like $200, like the massive blades and like crazy hand. I was like, damn. I didn't even realize. I mean, I knew that there were folks, customs or whatever, but they look pretty cool. I mean, I still wouldn't want one. I just think it's a dangerous little blade.
Yeah.
I mean, because I just do too many things mindlessly, and that's why I don't really. I mean, I do carry the EXO, but every time I touch it, I'm kind of conscious of what I'm doing. I don't just fiddle with it because I just use it and put it back away.
Yeah.
Because it's a pretty big blade on that bastard.
Right.
So, but yeah.
Well, I guess that sums up this meeting of great minds. Just going to remind everybody, we did have our giveaway video, and you can check that for all the details again. But also, I've been letting the ticker tick, and that gives you most of the details as well. So we do appreciate the regulars and the new joining in and listening to two idiots ramble about knives and stuff and what we like and don't like about them. Remember, these are our opinions. And I mean, if you don't agree with them, that's perfectly okay. And that's why we have a chat over on the thing that you can totally let us know what you like and dislike about them. And more respect to you, right? We're open to all sorts of opinions, man. It's fun to discuss our differences, right? We're not right and you're not wrong, and we're not wrong and you're not right. That type of thing. We're all good. Please be sure to go on Facebook and join IBEDC in the group section, the International Brotherhood of Everyday Carry. I have been One Knife Paul, and this has been Riley, and we're the Knivesmen. So until next time, stay cool and bye, I guess. Right? Bye. Bye. Bye.